Hello, I'm apparently live now, so I'm just going to say I'm live. So, right, we're going to be playing my entry in the contest and fixing up certain mistakes that are in it. Let's continue, where am I? Oh, I think I just restarted. It's okay. Go around to here. Lost Temple of Ankistralusida. After a long and difficult journey through the sweltering jungle, we throw Kantonkaken, Droftake, who knows how you pronounce these things, famed prehistorian and purloiner of ancient ruins, has finally made it to the fabled Temple of Ankistralusida, where a great treasure is said to be found. From his research, he knows that the temple is guarded by monsters and traps, so he has a sword to fend off the former and a hookshot to avoid the latter. So I don't think I made any typos in there, which is nice. So the opening cutscene. So basically this is pretty much to tell you that you need to use the command key. This is a bit too loud in my ears. I'm just going to turn down my volume a bit. There we go. Yep, so we have the hook shots that lets you zip about the place. So yeah, so this was made by Ankistralusida, and if you're interested in playing some more of it, it's in a hold called Lavender Levels, which shows a bunch of custom elements. So I just like this one because it's really just fun to zip about the place like this. Oops, well, not like that. Now, as will become apparent, I did make some changes to it, but we'll come to that when we come to it. Actually, we'll come to it fairly soon. So we have an introductory room to the north that we are forced to do first. Actually, and the problem with this room that was pointed out during the contest is it's really hard to see how to get back. If you want to get back, you have to actually go up here, which lets you get back to there. So I am going to change that, and I'm going to change that now. Because that's just kind of unfriendly. So I can't remember if I did that deliberately or if it was just something that accidentally happened when I was just putting all the sort of bits in. Actually, that's good enough. That's kind of clear how to get back. Change game. Hopefully that didn't corrupt the save point. Okay. Alright. So this is the introductory room. This is the one I made first. And it's sort of just... I did want to include all sort of monsters, because some of them do act in different ways. So this is something that you would not be able to do without a hookshot, which is get past multiple alt-clicks like that. So that we can destroy Destroy secret walls. We can hit orbs. We can hit orbs if we aim correctly. Now, one change I made. We can turn off seating beacons. One change I did make was the ability to hook onto golem and construct corpses. Because one of the things that is hard to do is detect where a whoops. Uh-oh. Okay. Undo. Yeah, one of the things that's hard to do in the Drod scripting engine at the moment is detect a construct corpse, because they don't count as anything. So you need to be... The way you basically do it is you have to check everything. You have to try and move something onto the square boot, and if you can, then there's something there. Actually, let's see. If we click on it, we can see that it sort of is a monster still. Rock Golem, I mean, Construct, it's more important that it's still a monster. Golem Corpse, it's a corpse. But it doesn't detect as a monster. Like if you said, if you use the scripting command, is there a monster here? It returns, no, there's not. So the only difference is that if you try to teleport a character onto that square, they can't. And that's basically how we solve that problem. Alright, so we can blow up those. This, I think I actually want to change around the order of these, because the point of this bit is to sort of say, oh, we can't grab onto sort of gel fluff. So I kind of don't want the briar to be just here. So I am going to change that. We can't to blow up that from far away. You know, Evil Eyes fall asleep. And see, I did this first, but then I'd never actually used this sort of mechanic anywhere. That Evil Eyes fall asleep. Oops. Now I kind of wish I had, or else change this so you didn't have to sort of use it here. It's kind of not important. What have I done? Oh, mirror. Oops. Hookshot mirrors. I want to blow them up. You can grab onto snakes, but you have to grab onto them at the right spots. This was a silly acronym that I came up with. Again, I didn't use half anywhere else in the hold, so kind of pointless. I might actually use him somewhere. There is one change that I need to make, but yeah, the way the hookshot works is basically it kills the thing at the square it's at and then regenerates it underneath, just in front of you. Which obviously doesn't work with Half or clones, because when they get killed, they cause the room to fail. They have to move Half out of the way to let us turn off the fire traps. And this bit is just another reminder that you can pull things over force arrows. And this little sort of this hint as to the twist later on. Yeah, the hookshot is slow. It has a cooldown. So if we try and use it multiple times, every second time, there's a little... it doesn't work. Which doesn't really come up that much. It does if you're killing a bunch of monsters. I think the reason it was originally put in was because it looked a bit weird. if you're killing a bunch of roaches coming towards you, what happens is that you stab the one under your sword first, then you pull the next one to you. So it is a bit odd, if you think about it. Alright. So, the first puzzle room. This was an idea I had for the introductory room, just sort of pulling out a stalwart or a soldier and then getting them to go on to go through one of these, letting them kill something that you couldn't get out of. Also, I'm going to put a challenge in here because there is a friendly wubber. Oops. Who can be used to sort of distract the soldier and stalwart. Which makes it easy to pull them around, because otherwise they have trouble. They keep going to the wrong spot. But the wubber sort of lets you manage a little bit more control of them. And the hookshot also lets you give control of them. This is a room where I was sort of worried about it a bit, because people do not like stalwarts and soldiers. But with the hookshot, at least you can sort of maneuver them around a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to do this without the wubber. I'll demonstrate this possible without the wubber. Except to do that, I have to not step on there. I'm not going to script up the challenge now. So yeah, the point of this room is you have to sort of make your two allies go and kill a number of the guys. Because you can pull them out of the little chambers. You cannot get out yourself because there's nothing to hookshot onto once you're in there, except for one of the rooms. Now, Stalwart needs to go into this one. What are you doing? Good work. What are you doing? Doing it without the wobber just means I need to be careful not to get them killed, which is trickier than you would think, possibly. Actually, no, it's not. I remember how to do it. Okay, now you can come out and just do you first, because now I do it properly. Now I have fewer points to deal with. Okay, so demonstration of... Actually no, I can't demonstrate until I get the fast hookshot later on. come out. Where are you going? Don't. Okay. No. No. There we go. Good work. No, you come to me. Need another one in there. But fortunately he's faced roughly the right direction and he won't get killed. Don't get killed. This is fine. Just need to wait till one spawns. Or is it? There's a better way of doing this. Couple of witches to distract him. There we go. Okay, now come with me. You come with me. Go in there. No. There was a way to do this. I wonder if if I still have the demo where I did this. Maybe I need more than one. Yeah, it is annoying, but that's why the wubber's there. If the wubber's there, you just release one at a time. They sit sticking their sword into the wubber, just happily stabbing the wubber. So you can maneuver them a little. That's how you do it. I mean, it's a challenge. I don't know if I agree with okay, that one you escaped from. Yeah, you don't have to do the challenge. It just makes it more challenging. I don't know, I don't think it's that bad with doing it. Okay, yeah, a couple problems with this room. I do like the idea of this room. This was one of the ideas I had for
Exterminate.
Using these. So you're sort of limited in how long you've got on each of these islands, because you can't get back if the construct's alive, because he just keeps moving out of the way. But there are a number of problems. First of all, this one here is too easy to get to. I need to have something sort of in the way along this diagonal. So at the moment I can just sort of take my time up here. We'll take my time down here. Ooh, can I take my time down here? Yes. Yes, I can. And then I can just zip over here. And I'm fine. Yeah, each of these is meant to be a timed area, except for the top left, which is just sort of how how quickly can you do it? How many cycles do you need?
Exterminate.
Yes. This was actually also broken in the contest because, yeah, your demo, you did. What did you do? You
Exterminate.
cleared the tar and then got a tar baby to a form where the seep was, which let you clear the queen away, which meant that it couldn't spawn on here. Yeah, so this bit has an extra timing in that once you step on here, the area gets cleared, which means that the briars will disappear. But if the queen's replaced with a roach, which happens due to timings, then the briars never get cleared away. So let's actually fix this up. Let's actually reset the room so that I don't get errors when I come back to it. Now, what can we do? So I need to put something hookshot blocking on this diagonal. Did I? Build levels. So I wonder, could I put Half here? Let's put Half there. Everyone loves Half. Half's a robot. And this just because. And the question is that going to stop anything? I think not. That isn't going to block anything. Construct will still move around it all. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Oh, I could also just put the sleep there. No, I can't because the black dot disappears at some point. Let's put an arrow on the seat. That'll solve that problem. And it's nice and symmetric. I'll test it in game, but I think that solves all the problems that I saw with this room. Actually, and while I'm here, let's just shift these around. I guess it'll let you make puffs if I put a puff, put the puffs there, the fluff there. I wonder if that's going to screw anything up. I mean, I guess you could sort of get the eye kills. You could shorten the snake, which might be helpful. Anyway. I think you can't actually use the hookshot on puffs. Anyway, something to leave. Alright, back we go. Let's do the room properly.
Exterminate.
So if you really want to be careful about this, you sort of can always just wait until turn 30
Exterminate.
to set the construct up. It gives you the most time to deal with the various sections. Right, so let's just check that I've done this right.
Ow, that hurts.
Yep. Because I'm going to have to go all the way around here to get to there, which might be annoying. I guess if the construct gets caught on this pit, it doesn't matter because you can't actually zap to him. Needs further testing. Uh-oh. Yeah, the problem with being able to free access here is you can't sort of. You can do that. No, that's terrible. Okay. Yeah, it shouldn't be possible. Okay. Yeah, how that makes this part trickier because you need to be quick.
Exterminate.
You can't get the construct further away.
Exterminate.
I might change that again.
Exterminate.
That's just like,
Exterminate.
still too slow.
Exterminate. Exterminate.
Let's take it easy. That's fine. It's not fine.
Exterminate. 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 Exterminate.
Yeah.
Exterminate. Exterminate. Exterminate.
Okay. Arrow on the black door means no tail babies can spawn. Alright, now let's
Exterminate.
just do this carefully.
Exterminate.
Might throw in some more checkpoints around here as well.
Exterminate.
A little bit more time with, actually, yeah. A bit more time with, ugh. I wonder if I waste time like that. Yeah, okay. That's okay. So yeah, put some more checkpoints in this area. Maybe I'll chuck a few more in the other two areas as well. Oh, how convenient. It's okay, and a couple more down here, up there. That's all right. I've restored to a different spot where I've completed some of the rooms. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Let's just fix up this room. Okay, there's a couple of things to fix in this room. Because you can solve it just by standing out here. Which is not intended. So I need to add something that the Fagundos can't deal with, which could just be a seating beacon over behind a force arrow. And the other thing is we have too big an area, too small an area for the soldiers to get out, which means it's possible to block them off. And we've got 6 potential blockers, so I might just stick some arrows around here. Some more floor. No, I can't do more floor because then you can get to here. But we can just do something like this. And that looks pretty good. Now this one you can get back from, so let's get rid of these fake barrels that just a decoy. And what can we do? Shower of water. Make sure this works properly. Okay, and the Fagundos won't work because they'll sink in the water, and they don't make any sort of thing to land on. You can't get a golem there, you can't get a mirror up there. Yeah, I think we're all good with that. Okay. This room is maybe fixed now. Let's go play it. So now we can do this properly. So how are you meant to do this? Right, that's right. So we have to hookshot onto the snake. I think do we actually? Ooh, that was another problem with this that I think I saw, that you don't need to hook or shot onto the snake. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to make this 1 square longer. Although, should I? Yeah, I should, because part of the puzzle of this is you have to sort of draw the snake onto here and then zip off it. Build levels. Some of these. Yeah. Pit here. Yeah. Doesn't have to be the same. Okay. Good. Game. Game. Okay. Yeah, I kind of want to start the snake a bit further on, just so it's you. This is fine. Okay, and we can either hook shot on here, or we can hook shot on further down. That's fine. Now, so we need to pull some mirrors out. We need to pull mirrors out. What am I doing? So yeah, this was one of the last rooms I came up with, but I did like the ideas of moving gondolas into place before they actually before you turn them on, which you can also do with a stick. Actually, one of the things I found with this is that the hookshot is in some ways similar to the stick, and so some of the sample ideas I came up with I sort of already used in staffing problems, which was a hold I did for stuff this up. For another contest, King Dugan's Ultimate Reality. Where do all you guys need to go? No, don't go there. Stay there. So the point of this room is that you need to kill all the gel at once, otherwise you have problems. So it's just a matter of working out where you need to put all these guys. Not there. What am I doing? I'm trying to talk and think at the same time, which is hard. Okay. The trouble is I've released the columns without thinking about it. Another thing I wanted to do in this room that I don't think ended up being necessary was to use the additional use of using Fagundos as sort of golem blockers, sort of like this. But I think you actually don't end up needing to do this because I started off with I added an extra gel blob because I wanted symmetry with all these things are on like 3 sets of 4 Fagundos, and then it became possible to just move around them, and you can catch them on them. Okay. And you can catch them on corpses as well. Now it's just a matter of busy work, which I don't mind. I did need to add these arrows here because otherwise the Fagundos kept blowing themselves up. And by blowing themselves up, I mean blowing up their friend. And when Fagundos blow up themselves, they don't explode properly. Where are you going? Here. Oh, right, yeah. That's a point. Right, yes, these are now next to the wall, so we can just hookshot up to here and run off them. Okay. I'll make it longer somewhere else. No, I can't loop around there. I could with Ortho Square. Up here, I'll work something out. Where am I? Here I am. Okay, now we go back in here. I guess we've got to get about this way. One of the interesting things I noticed when seeing people's playthroughs and demos is that that works. It takes a while to get used to the fact that you can hookshot around just as a means of getting places quickly. Which is going to be an interesting optimization thing. Now I've done those 2 rooms down there. This room is, yeah, this room didn't really work out the way I wanted it to. So the idea was that you're meant to get these guys in place. Like that. Then they only produce 1 per turn. And then the rest of the room is basically you're being chased by a bunch of roaches, and you've got to slowly make your way in. Oops. And the roaches keep coming at you. But the problem was... that is, I'm going to get killed. Yeah, I'm going to change this room so that the roaches, that the queens just start in these alcoves. And I'm going to add a bunch of roaches so that it's not immediately possible to just run to the brain. Because as much fun as because I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that you need to run around a bunch and sort of drag the queens out near the end, but it is a bit annoying, and that's kind of why I want to leave that in the secret room. Yeah, so the queens out of place were merely just to this is not enough time. Okay, I've got one more house. Yeah, pulling the queens into this spot to kill them yourself is... I thought it was interesting. But it's not necessarily fun for everyone. So, yeah, we'll make some changes to this room. Let's do that now. So, I like queens. Start where you're supposed to. Actually, you can start. And we added some roaches near the start. Now we don't want to trap the player. Actually, let's put the queens on the start and have roaches on them. So we mimic what happens after a spawn. Yeah, when I first found this, when I first came up, this idea was... I forget how I came up with this room. But I did want to have a room with sort of Oromites, so you can't... The nice thing about Oromites is it's easy to turn with the hookshot, so... And you aren't so reliant on your sword. Is a hookshot made of metal? That is the question. Add some roaches. You can be facing outwards. And actually one near every obstacle block. That's good. Probably good enough. Let's just check that it's solvable. There's a number of different ways in. Oh. I think there's a number of ways in. Maybe it's not. Maybe I had too many roaches at the start. It's all fine. It's fine. No. No. Everyone come up here. Come down here. That's kind of nonsense. Okay, I'm gonna make further adjustments later. How long are we going now? Probably. I like it. I think it's fun zipping around. Alright, so now we restore to the oh, we can't restore to there. Okay, restore to here. I think that was all the yeah, I went through all the required rooms. So here's a bunch of silly puzzles to get past. Oh no, it's the bridge. Oh no, things. A little Indiana Jones reference here. In fact, oh wait, I did not actually look at the Indiana Jones reference, which is this, which is just only the penitent man may pass, or will pass, which is from Last Crusade. I could have made the whole thing sort of Indiana Jones. This could be the step on the letters bit, and this would be the step on the third trial where it's the invisible bridge. That's not really how perspective works, but it's very confusing. Okay, and the arrow maze, which is possible because I sent a stalwart through it, and he seemed to know what to do. Let's see. If I remember, which I don't. We'll go around here. No. Go around here. There we go, I made it through. But of course, we've got one line of force arrows there. Just because. And then we have the little cutscene where, oh no, it's another hook shot. And it looks like it's better, but really it's worse. And yeah, I mean, if anyone was actually following the various posts I made on the forum while the contest was happening, they might have guessed that this was mine based on the fact that I wrote some scripting to be able to work out whether things can cross force arrows in certain directions, which is what is going on here. So now we can't go across the force arrows. There's another little cutscene where the temple starts collapsing, apparently. I probably should put more collapsing stuff in some of the other rooms. But now we've got our new hook shot, which is fast and obeys force arrows and also squares. Now we have a little puzzle here which makes use of that. Wait. Oh no, wait. This is fine. You have to be... No. Yeah, the trouble with this is that... The trouble with this room is that there's not enough diagonals, so you can't see where you're aiming properly. I thought about adding a thing where, like a targeting laser thing, which would show where you're aiming. But I never got around to putting that in. Here we just need to avoid the snake, which happens now. Uh-oh. Interesting. Can I do anything with this? Possibly? Huh. If timing's different, I don't know if this works. Alright, actually I can just go like that. It's all fine. Wait, does this line up? Yeah. Yeah, this room needs sort of diagonal indicators of some sort. But it's just a simple little puzzle to use the force arrow. And we have the secret room down here, cunningly hidden, which is more of this room. Except now you've got the better hookshot, so I sort of added more orbs. and there's no fire traps, which mean you have to kill all the roaches yourself. And they're also out of... So this one I am going to leave them out in... Should I leave them out? Should I leave them out and add more roaches? What am I doing? I'm waiting. I feel like you should need to zip around this room too. And I killed the brain at the wrong time. Oh, and the other thing about this is the other problem with the other room is that actually maneuvering the queens around like this, getting the queens into here, you probably need to use the fact that when they get hookshot, they don't spawn on that turn, which is kind of, it's not super intuitive behavior. So I'd rather not have be and not rely on that in the not rely on that in the I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just messing around in ways that is bad. Yeah, so let's demonstrate if we can. I don't think we can. Yes, we can. We can if I go faster. If I hookshot the queen now, she won't spawn. You can see the others do. And that's just a factor, like just because of how they work. Let's do this room properly. Maybe I should have more roaches. But yeah, again, the idea is you scare them into the places where only one spawn at once, and that makes it slightly easier to get into the brain. Well, at least you have fewer roaches to deal with. Although, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. Maybe it's easy because you can sort of, if they're out, you can send them somewhere else. This is gonna work. Right. And so the trigger range is sort of reasonable as killing the brain on turn. Ooh. This works. No, it doesn't. How did I get this happening? Actually, we can do this. Yeah, that's better. I'd rather not have all those roaches there though. Wait, I'm being silly because roaches take a while to hatch. Yes, okay. Uh-oh. This is fine. This is not fine. No. Anyway, this is the secret room for a reason. Actually, do I have a demo? Oh, the demo is gone. Because it's in the actual hold. Anyway, it's getting late here, so I'm actually just gonna... actually, I'll show you. So that room's probably fine. Who knows? Oh, I do need to change this last room because you can get stuck. If you do this, then you leave. Then the room is complete and you can't get through. Well, can't be quick now, it's too late. So I need to add a probably add in a seeding beacon somewhere. So a seeding beacon over here somewhere. I mean, it's restoring to the start of this room, which isn't a big deal, but why make it a pain when it doesn't need to be a pain? Yeah, this was I think like one of the first ideas I had as well. Just a bit of nonsense with all these sort of doors closing, and you've got to sort of zip through them quickly. The other thing I might do is change the boundaries so that you can't actually, it's possible to do it for the first time. So put some Aramites here. Aramites are weird because they have stuff underneath them. So so currently I think these Aramites have grass underneath them. If I change a square to another sort of floor, now that's all got checkered floor underneath it. Very strange. Now it's grassy Aramites. I don't know about changing this room. To add diagonal stuff, but it's difficult to do. Probably just leave it. I mean, F3 sort of helps, but yeah, so we can't actually. Right. Oh, it's conquered. Let's go from here. Okay. Now, if we accidentally leave the room. Yep. And once we're through here, then. Yeah. So, it's an extra step or two for. Room. Do I want to make this room? Maybe I should add a conquer token on the entrance. So, I don't like conquer tokens. Just make this room unscorable. Because it's not really much of a challenge. Anyway, let's just see if my demo's still available in the actual non-my version of the whole. There we go. So that was me setting up something. Yeah, setting up that so that I could, yeah, get back in properly. So here I'm only sort of, yeah, I'm only dealing with sort of one point at once, and yeah, making sure to trap it properly. Alright. So that was my entry. I think I had a joke ending text about B-Thread wanting to put the new hookshot in a museum because it's worse than the one he had. But yeah, the ending text didn't get done. Oh, challenge. Oh wait, this is the wrong one anyway. Oh yeah, I did challenge later. Anyway, that's my entry. Thanks for watching, if you're still watching. I am signing off. Bye.